my first memory was probably in first grade when we were reading out loud, and I got stuck and a bit frustrated and started laughing. Stuttering has definitely influenced me as an artist because art gives me a different mean of communication, and it's definitely been embedded in my personality and artistic style ever since I was young. So it's not something that I can directly draw or track down in the exact moment or exact parts when it's really influenced me, but it's definitely something in the back of my head that I use and that I utilize to do art. So it's something that I can't directly pinpoint, but something that definitely helps me with art because it helped me do it in the first place. Even nowadays, it's still in the back of my head, kind of as just a reminder that it serves as a different form of expression that I can use whenever I'm not comfortable with the verbal aspect. Stuttering has definitely held me back. It doesn't really hold me back anymore, and I don't really have a memory of it holding me back, but I've been told that when it has held me back, I went through other means to express myself, which is why I do art now.
I started to stutter when I was 18 months old, so I was a really early talker and an even earlier stutterer. I don't remember it, but we have home movies of my dad asking me his favorite ABCs, and I come to a letter, I believe it's R, and I get stuck. And you can tell now, of course, in retrospect, that I'm stuttering, but my parents, it was all evolving. And my dad filled in, and you can see this cloud across my face, and I'm like, I know it was R, I just didn't want to do it anymore, and I stopped off screen. So from a really early age, I was already trying to cover it up and make excuses for the way I talked. I'm innately a really outgoing person, and I love to talk, but I decided from a really early age that the way I talked wasn't okay. And so there was that struggle constantly through early childhood and even through college of wanting to be outgoing, wanting to participate, wanting to do all sorts of things that I would constantly block myself from doing because I didn't want to show my stutter. Childhood was really tough as a person who stutters. My parents saw how much it upset me, and they put me in speech therapy. I was totally complicit. I was thrilled to be going to a person who supposedly could cure me. But unfortunately, stuttering for most of us is not the kind of thing that you can practice your way out of. And so, on top of the shame I experienced just by speaking, I had an added layer of shame that I couldn't practice my way out of it. So I was pretty much a covert stutterer all through up until through college. So when I graduated college, of course I needed a job, and now all of a sudden I was terrified to make the calls just to even get an interview, much less to get a job, which of course in my mind, because of the way I talked, if I showed my true stuttering, I wouldn't be able to get a job. I mean, I wanted to be a parent, and I didn't see how, if I couldn't call to make my own doctor's appointments, how I could ever have a kid and take care of them adequately, or even well. And so coming out and just daily practicing, not hiding myself, has enabled me to live the full holistic life possible in a way that I was never ever going to be able to do prior to making that huge change. It's hard advice, and I know firsthand, I mean, it's way easier said than done. But just to gather all the supports that you can and tell all these people that your goal is to just be the most authentic version of yourself you can be, and that you're going to really try every day to not hide or avoid or not take opportunities because of the way you talk.
I'm told that I began to stutter around when I turned 7. My cousin Kate and I were walking up the street. I would have been about 8 or 9. She would have been about a year older than me. A bunch of her friends came along her age, and we were all talking, and a couple of kids began to make fun of me, the way I talk. And Kate told them not to do that. And I forget the word she used, but he has a problem. He just don't understand. The first play I was in New York was a play called Oh Dad, Poor Dad, Mama Sent In the Closet, and I'm feeling so sad. And it was a character who stutters. And it was the first time I did a play that character who stutters. Of course, as the one from early on in the run, I couldn't control it. And finally, maybe 3 months into the run, I said, I've got to quit. I just can't take it, and I'm ruining the show. The director was Jerome Robbins, the choreographer, director. And he said, look, if you quit, you won't ever act again. First of all, no one will hire you when they hear about this. And secondly, you will be afraid, even if somebody does want to hire you, you'll be too afraid. I would like you to act the rest of your life. So I'm asking you if you will stay in the show. So I stayed in the show. Of course, I went on stage that night and I just soared. And the stage manager said, I see that Jerry's talk has had an impression of you. But the being asked to stay when I really didn't want to, and being told, you'll just figure something out. If I had to pick one moment, it would have been that.
I've been told I've been speaking since about 18 months old. My parents were really proud of the fact that I was an early talker, which they now think to this day is the reason that I have this speech impediment. Most people in my life don't know because I'm really good at hiding it, and I don't like having to explain it all the time. So when I get to dance, I get to be me. And I don't have to speak. And I can speak through movement. And that's why I'm here. I have been through so much nonsense just by having this speech impediment that you wouldn't think of. But I'm here now, and I've gone through it, and this is how I communicate. Either through my speech impediment, through my hands, or through me. Thank you for watching. Bye.